Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Duel of the Takes. Today, we are joined by friend of the show, Kaile Martinelli. You're back from Mars Council. We
Hello.
are ranking something that Josh and Kaile, I guess, came up with. This is their idea. I have nothing to do with this, except, of course, sharing my terrible opinions. We are doing a Pop-Tart flavor tier list.
Woo!
Yeah.
Love Pop-Tarts. Been eating them all my life.
Yeah, how'd you guys come up with this idea?
So we were all at Josh's house and we were in his the basement area. And on the counter, there were boxes of a specific array of flavors of Pop-Tarts. And when I saw it, I was like, dang, like if I was offered a Pop-Tart right now, which one would I take? So I took a picture of it and I posted it on my Snapchat story, my private Snapchat story. And people started waving, weighing in on it, right?
There were
So I was
serious
like,
opinions.
they were really serious opinions. So I was like, oh my God. And then Josh responded and we started talking about it. And he was like, wait, that's like a perfect ranking list. Like, what are the top Pop-Tart flavors? And I think it's a topic that everyone, maybe not to this point, has thought about, but from this point on, will think about.
I have actually done this exact tier list one other time with a group of friends, just hanging out. But I think that this will be a lot more fun, given the fact that the words that we say and the takes that we have will be forever on the internet. So this is on the record. This is the most, as of recording, out of pocket episode of Duel of the Takes ever, and I'm really excited for it.
It will be better because Jeff isn't here this time.
Yeah, Jeff is not here to share his terrible opinions this time. Thank you. I love how our show has just become the shit on Jeff show.
But the first appearance he ever had, he comes on here and is like, Taco Bell fries are the greatest fast food fries.
True, he did say that, and that was a horrible opinion. I was like, it's fine with the nacho cheese. He was like, you don't need the nacho cheese. I was like, what is your take?
No. Are you talking about the Taco Bell KFC fries?
What are you talking about? All this?
So KFC has really good fries, and a lot of Taco Bells are attached to KFCs.
Those are dangerous.
The KFC fries are pretty good. I've had them, I think.
If Jeff was not talking about those, he's an idiot. If he was talking about those, he's based.
Okay, he wasn't. I'm just going to say that now.
He's an idiot.
Anyway, shopyoshi.com, support our boy Jeff, but more importantly, support our friend Kaile from Mars Council. Great band. Got to see them live on Sunday. I guess that's 2 Sundays ago now, but at the U-Cut in Astoria. It was great. It was so cool seeing you.
Yeah, that was absolutely so much fun. I honestly, ever since that day, I've been thinking about it. It was just, the energy was just very great. I don't know. It was very refreshing.
It was like, hey, New York is back in full swing. It was like a great, great day. One of the best days in the city so far for me.
This is my city now. Me.
All right. So with our tier list episodes, there's always the hiccup of creating the tiers. So we're not going to stick with the ones that are already here. We're going to create our own. I do think we are working with a lot of flavors here, and a lot of them are limited time exclusive type things. So I think we genuinely are going to need We've Never Tried just at the bottom. We have to admit it. We've never had this one.
Yeah, I waved that. Yeah.
Okay. I say we do 2. We've never tried but want to.
So wait, what are the tiers?
But I think the bottom 2 need to be We've never tried but want to try them, and we've never tried but we don't want to try them. We're going to avoid them.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. And then we've got S through D. I think the bottom of the ones we've tried just has to straight up be gross.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm never eating that one again. C is probably going to be what? Okay-ish.
If it's the only one there.
Lay off the weed. I'm only eating this one while high.
Yeah.
I mean, you also have to consider if it's raw or if it's cooked.
Oh, shit. That's a whole nother factor that we're going to have to consider when ranking these. Right? I mean, because some of them are straight up only good if they're cooked.
That's what I took in consideration when I wrote mine. The flavors that I have listed are ones that I have tried. I know I have tried.
Okay, cool. What would you call the best Pop-Tart of all time?
Essential breakfast.
Essential breakfast.
Like I could eat this for breakfast every day.
All
Nah,
right.
no. I feel like top tier is like, yeah, you can have it for breakfast, but you could also have it for snack time, lunch, later snack time, dinner, and midnight snack.
So they're goated.
Like it's good all the time. Yeah, like goated. It's champ, dude. Yeah, like absolute top tier.
So we've got the top tier for this episode for the Pop-Tart flavors is goated. It's one of the best Pop-Tart flavors of all time, if not the best Pop-Tart flavor of all time. Below that, we have essential breakfast. You would eat this every morning if you had to. Good. This is a good Pop-Tart flavor. Fine. You know, fine to meh, I think. Like, you know, it's there. I'll eat it. It's not my favorite. Lay Off the Weed is a Pop-Tart flavor that I would only eat while high. Gross is unacceptable. Just a bad Pop-Tart flavor. We've never tried, so none of us have had it, but we want to try it. Or we've never tried but don't want to try it is the absolute worst possible scenario. Now it's time to get started with the Pop-Tart flavors. Up first, we have, what is this, Wild Berry? I think it is.
All right, we're kicking things off with an iconic one.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts Wild Berry. What are your guys' thoughts here?
It's my favorite.
Wow. Starting off with a hot take from Alden.
I've never had it, and I don't think I would want it.
Wow. Okay, a hot take from Kaile as well.
It looks too alien fusion for me in the coloring. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's not natural. I'm not going to put that in my body.
It's definitely the one that has the most carcinogens, but it's also the best.
From my opinion, I think it's a good flavor. I think where it kind of falls short is it's just not like one that's always there. It's not really reliable like strawberry or maybe even blueberry. It's got a good flavor. It tastes very similar to both of those. Where it falls short to me, though, is just the lack of consistency. You can only find it sometimes. When you do find it, you know, for me, it's one of those that I only like if it's cooked. So I would say that this is at best good. I would not be okay eating Pop-Tarts Wild Berry every morning for breakfast, personally. I would feel really bad about myself.
I've had Wild Berry for breakfast, but I wouldn't call it essential. It's not the flavor that I'm like that I would want for breakfast all the time, but it's good.
Alden, are you going to be okay if I put this at the top of good?
Yeah, I don't think it's essential breakfast because it makes you feel terrible.
I understand.
I would like to see goated, but I understand that it's not getting that.
I feel like it's a little too high risk, high reward. You know, like it's kind of like Bowser's Dice in Super Mario Party, where it's like you have the potential to get a 9 or a 10, but also you have a potential of losing 6 coins every single roll. And for me,
Wild Berry, you're right, Nate, is only good toasted, and I feel like goated is for the Pop-Tarts you could eat at whatever temperature.
I can eat these at whatever temperature, but I do accept that it's much better toasted.
Okay, cool. It's going in good.
That's fine. I'm okay with this.
Up next, we've got Pop-Tarts cookies and cream flavored. We need to lay in on our thoughts on this one real quick.
This is one of the favorites for me.
Do not eat this in hot weather.
Huh?
I ate this like for a lunch one day outside in like 95 or above degree weather, and I threw up.
Yeah, dude, because Pop-Tarts are literally just little sackets of sugar.
Yeah, but this one specifically is so, like, I guess thick that it was bad.
This one is like low. It tastes like dirt. I don't really. It's low on mine.
I like this one because I don't know, like I like Oreo, like I know it's similar to like an Oreo cookie. So like when you heat that up, it kind of reminds me of like a toasted Oreo or whatever, or a fried Oreo.
Absolutely. It's definitely classic. Like it's a classic flavor.
Yeah.
I think it's a little too sweet to eat consistently for me personally. I do like some of the chocolatey, sweeter flavors of Pop-Tarts, and this is one of the better ones of those.
Yeah.
But I don't think that this is like an everyday type of Pop-Tart, for me, at least.
Yeah, it was definitely one of my favorites as a kid because I really like just cookies and cream, whatever. But I definitely overdid it, and now I can't eat them at all.
Yeah, I overdid it, took a break, but now I've been back on the cookies and cream hype. Yeah, I bounced back. There's a Pop-Tart here that I ate too much. I think that's coming up that I'm not back on the wagon. But this one I am. I think it's an essential breakfast. To this day, I sometimes have a cookies and cream Pop-Tart for breakfast.
Is this a confession?
That I'm very lazy when it comes to breakfast, yes.
I think it can be an essential breakfast, personally. I would rather have this consistently than I would Wildberry. I also feel like my health wouldn't be as at stake.
Sheesh.
I could also see this maybe. Well, no, I couldn't see it in Goated. I'm lying.
Nate doesn't like his berries wild. He he rather goes with cookies and cream.
Kaylee, what you were saying with the colors that they chose, like purple and blue, like I know that's our podcast logo, but I don't want to put purple and blue food in my body. Like
The only time purple and blue is good in like an artificial flavoring is for tricks.
Tricks are fucking gross.
Yeah, mate, but I like that cold. I don't like that warm. It's like I'm eating a warm sacket of Trix
Yeah,
yogurt.
Josh, you're hearing this, right? I mean, like blueberries, blackberries, grapes, all of those are blue and purple.
Listen, I have nothing against the colors. I'm just talking about the artificial flavorings that are paired with colors. It's not okay. It needs to be talked about.
All right, I understand.
All right, so we started off with two very highly rated Pop-Tart flavors. We are now moving into, hang on, let me zoom in here. What is this flavor? We've got Pop-Tarts Printed Fun Gingerbread flavored. This was a limited edition around the holiday season of, I believe, 2013.
I'm glad I didn't purchase this package because I had one and it was not great.
This is a hot take in general. I don't like gingerbread cookies.
What does it look like? Like, is there frosting on it?
No, I don't think it has frosting. I think it has a printed gingerbread man on it.
And then, oh. So what's the filling of it?
It's gingerbread flavored. So the cook.
So like cinnamon.
Pretty much. It's not. I really like gingerbread cookies.
Yeah, me too.
This isn't it.
So maybe I would like it.
I would try it. I would probably try. I'm interested in trying it.
I'm trying to like think of a comparison for Josh, and I can't.
It's weird. I don't mind cinnamon, but I don't know. Maybe it's too much. I don't know.
Like, it wasn't even like gingerbread dough. It was just adjacent completely.
Yeah. I don't like artificially gingerbread flavored things. I don't mind gingerbread. I'm not a complete Josh about it, but I don't think that it's one that I would like go out of my way to seek out ever again. I think at most I would devour these while stoned out of my mind.
I could see that.
And at worst, I would never want these again in my presence. So I could see these being the first and lay off the weed, but if no one has fond memories of eating the frosted gingerbread printed Pop-Tarts, then we can put them in gross. I don't care either way.
I would like them in gross, and either of them have had them, so.
Yeah, I haven't had it.
Do you want to?
No, I don't think I'd like it.
Kaile, would you like to try gingerbread flavored Pop-Tarts?
I would like to try.
I think it can go. It's definitely going sub gross. It's going below gross, but it'll go. And we've never tried it, but we want to.
as a throwing a bone to Kaile with like
throwing a bone to not only Kaile but me as well. I had these once at a friend's house and they weren't very good. I think I didn't finish it. But
it's marshmallow, no icing filling. I'm trying to look at this and it's just not.
So I do have another question for you guys when it comes to Pop-Tarts. So obviously there's the ultimatum of do you eat them raw or do you toast them? But there's another ultimatum when it comes to Pop-Tarts. So in a typical box, there are 8 Pop-Tarts, 4 packs of 2.
Yeah.
Do you eat both in one wrapping? Or do you only eat one and put the other one back?
I almost never eat both.
What? Are you
I eat both always.
You have to. It's like the yin and the yang, dude.
The way I see it is they're not called Pop-Tart. They're called Pop-Tarts, and therefore you eat both of them. That's how I've always been, but I know most people only eat one. At least most people I know are in Alden's situation here.
Wow. No, Wow.
What do you do with
okay.
what do you do with the other one?
I put it back in, or I don't even take it out of the package.
You put it back in the aluminum wrapping, and you hopefully eat it the next day. If you don't eat it the next day, it goes
You
stale.
put it back in the very thin aluminum wrapping.
No, you can put it in the fridge.
No, you got to put it in a little sandwich baggie. You seal it shut. That's how you properly.
No, I just fold over the top of the package and I put it in the fridge and I eat it like either later in the day or the next
Alden,
day.
that's kind of ghetto. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, well, then I don't need to waste like more packaging trying to put it in a sandwich bag, and I don't eat a whole lot for breakfast normally, so it's like I'd never want to eat the second one after I eat the first. So I got to the point where I stopped actually toasting both.
So that's actually a really good point. Like in like oddly multiple ways. They make single packaged Pop-Tarts. You can buy them like that. Usually they're for like camp places, like if you're getting them in bulk and stuff like that. But it's interesting that they don't sell them like widespread. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like that, like, because I feel like that is true. Like if you want to, you should be able to choose that you want to. Like now I'm thinking about it and it's like, dang, like if I thought that I don't know, I always just ate both of them. Like I think it's more of a craving than anything else, but
As an elementary schooler, we had like Pop-Tarts in our school cafeteria, but they were those individually wrapped ones where it was like, what the fuck? You only get one? And I remember being kind of upset because like when you'd buy them at home, you'd get two in one package. So
They taste different in the single packages than the double packages.
and it's only in the 4 main flavors, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
wait, what do you mean that they taste worse? Like when they're single?
Just different, not necessarily worse, but they're not in a foil, they're in a plastic wrap, and there's only one of them. So I don't know if it's the one of them not being able to benefit of having the extra flavor of the other one in the packet, or if the plastic just doesn't have the same like retention.
We have 47 more Pop-Tart flavors to go through, so I'm sorry for bringing up this question. We are moving on to the Hot Fudge Sundae flavored Pop-Tart. What's everyone's take here?
No.
This was the one that I had a lot for breakfast when I like growing up. And now that's why I'm officially off the hype now. I think I tried going back to it and I just can't.
It's just too much, man.
It's sounding like a Pop-Tart intervention for me, but
I think it
Yeah,
should be lay
I'm
off the
with
weed
you.
or gross.
I agree.
yeah. If I wasn't sober, I could probably eat like 20 of those.
All right. I think it could be the first lay off the weed flavor. It's not hard to stomach. It's just it's too sweet. It's not like one
It's
I'd
too
seek out
much.
now as a full-grown adult. Yeah.
Much better toasted.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's an essential toast.
Yeah. When it's cold, it really ain't the vibe.
No. All right, up next, we've got a bit of a throwback. We've got a classic flavor here. We have Pop-Tarts Raspberry.
I love this flavor so much.
I do too.
I wish that it was more easy to find. I've always had a hard time
too.
tracking down the Pop-Tart raspberry flavor. I
Me
personally
too.
think it's one of the better fruit flavors. The only reason I would not have it in Goated is simply because it's a little sweeter than both blueberry and strawberry for me.
Ooh.
It's a little too sweet. Like, I feel like this is one you have to toast because it's so sweet.
I can see that. Yeah.
I haven't had a raspberry raw, so I've only ever had it toasted.
It's been a while since I've had pretty much any of these.
If I had raspberry, it was a while ago.
I think it belongs in essential breakfast, probably over cookies and cream. What do you guys say to that?
I agree because I feel like we were all like, it's been a while since we've had it, but we all agree that it's a good experience. So I feel like it is essential breakfast.
The last ones I bought were a raspberry. I saw them at the store and I was like, I don't care. I'm buying these.
Sheesh, you saw them? I never see them.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, we are moving on to Pop-Tart S'mores.
Ooh.
I think this is a controversial one, and I'm excited to hear your guys'
This is
opinions.
controversial.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna flat out say it. I don't like this flavor.
What? No way! I expected of anyone Josh was gonna like this one.
I agree. I put this one in the same like kind of category as cookies and cream, where it's just too much for me to eat. It's too sweet, too dense. I can't do it.
So dense. There's so much going on.
Okay, so Big with me growing up, my relationship with Pop-Tarts really consisted of like my mom taking me down the aisle and saying you can get one flavor. You can get a breakfast flavor or you can get a dessert flavor. So like I only was able to have like this more of like the fruit flavored for breakfast and then like these chocolatier ones, she would be like no, like that would be for dessert. This was my go-to dessert flavor. I loved s'mores.
I 100% agree with Kaile here.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
I think that these can't possibly be essential breakfast. If you are the kid that hops on the school bus carrying 2 s'mores Pop-Tarts, one, all of your papers are not in a folder. You just have them loosely stuffed in your bag, and you visited a juvenile detention center before you turned 16. That's the kind of kid that eats these as an essential breakfast item. But I think they're so good that they ascend into goated, personally. Now, I agree 100% with Kaile in that the s'mores Pop-Tarts are really, really sweet. I agree with Josh that they're almost overwhelmingly so. There's a lot going on. You have a graham cracker Pop-Tart base. That alone is a game changer because it's not shortbread based like most of the other Pop-Tarts. It's literally it's a richer, it's a graham cracker. It's got a little tiny hint of honey. But then the filling is not 1, but 2 flavors. You have chocolate and marshmallow with chocolate frosting. It is almost overwhelmingly sweet, but these are good both hot and cold, and I can't think of another dessert flavor, as Kaile would put it, that works both hot and cold. This is the only one for me. I think this is the best dessert-flavored Pop-Tart, and I'd put it at the bottom of goated.
Base.
I definitely can't do this one cold.
Okay. Josh, where do you lay with the information that has been shared from 2 of the 4 panelists?
I won't be mean and put it in gross, but I think y'all gotta lay off the weed.
I will not sleep unless this isn't good. It can go right next to Wild Berry, maybe above it.
Oi, oh, right to the heart. Whatever.
I agree with you, Kaile. You and me are on the same page, but Josh personally doesn't like it, and I don't think Alden does either.
No.
That's fine. I'll bend.
And simply, I can't see a kid eating this for breakfast every morning. I would be scared of that child.
I think the next one we have, though, can make goated.
Up next, we do have Pop-Tarts Strawberry. This is one of the most popular flavors. It's the most replicated flavor. All the other toaster pastries out there have a strawberry flavor because of how successful this one is. What are your guys' takes on Pop-Tarts Strawberry?
It's goated.
Yeah,
it has to be.
This one is really good. By Josh. Have you had a strawberry Pop-Tart like cold?
Yes, dozens of times.
No, I'm saying like in the fridge or freezer kind of cold.
No, Alden, no one puts their fucking Pop-Tarts in the fridge but you.
No. It was one of those single packets I got from my school for breakfast. They had them in the fridge.
They're actually kind of good in the fridge. It kind of like it chills the crust, but not the inside, so it gives it's nice. I like it too.
I've never put my Pop-Tarts in the fridge.
It is my preferred way to eat strawberry Pop-Tarts.
Chocolate chip cookie dough from the fridge is like, oh, it's so good. It tastes like you're eating like just cold chocolate chip cookie. It's just delicious. But strawberry is goated.
It's goated. It is the Michael Jordan of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It has a gambling problem. I'm confused. All right, we're moving right along. Up next, this one is a bit of a hybrid, I believe. This is the strawberry milkshake flavor. Yes, strawberry milkshake. Pop-Tarts. Have you guys had this one?
No.
I think I have, but I'm not remembering it.
The question is, did this need to happen, Pop-Tarts? Did this need to happen? No, I don't think it did.
So it does taste astonishingly similar to the strawberry flavor, the beloved flavor, the one that everyone knows. But it has that richer quality to it. They try to make it taste like a milkshake, quote unquote. Another ultimatum that we have with Pop-Tarts, are they a breakfast food? Are they a later in the day food? Do you eat one of them? Do you eat 2 of them? Do you like them warm? Do you like them cold? A lot of Pop-Tarts go really, really, really well with milk. I think the s'mores one, the cookies and cream one, fine examples. Personally, whenever I had them for breakfast, I had to drink them with milk, like a cereal, and strawberry goes well with that. But I think strawberry milkshake tries to incorporate that milk element in a way that automatically makes it gross because it's too savory. It's so dense.
It's so dense.
It's so dense.
I would personally put this one in gross. I think it's the first one that reaches that tier of trying a little too hard and failing astronomically. It's sweeter than the hot fudge sundae one. It's sweeter than cookies and cream and s'mores, and it's strawberry flavored. I don't think kids even like this flavor. It got pulled from shelves after only 4 months.
Yeah. Haven't tried, but I don't really want to.
Word. I'm on that same page too. Never tried. Probably will never.
I keep thinking I've tried these, but I'm not remembering any situation where I've had them. I'm also on the Pop-Tarts website where 40 people have given it a 5-star review out of 47.
Oh shit, so you think this is a critic's darling?
Maybe.
You think this belongs up in fine/meh?
Is the strawberry milkshake the Blade Runner of Pop-Tart flavors?
No, it's like the Shawshank Redemption. It's like one of those movies, it's one of those flavors that everyone acknowledges is like okay, but then there's like a certain sect of the internet that thinks it's the best movie ever made.
I think this can go to we've never tried but don't want to.
Yeah, that's where it's going. We've never tried but don't want. The very bottom of our tier list. Up next, what is this fucking flavor? Hang on, let me zoom in. We've got vanilla milkshake, another milkshake flavor, a new flavor, quote unquote.
I think I had this.
Really? I'm fine with it going to the same place.
Put it where it belongs.
A lot of the same issues there, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had this. Okay. Shit, I like this flavor.
You'd like the vanilla milkshake?
It's literally just a vanilla version of the cookies and cream, pretty much.
To me, I have had this one once, so we've never tried but don't want to tier is kind of a little misleading. I've had vanilla milkshake. I don't remember liking it that much, but it kind of tastes a lot like the birthday cake flavor one, if you've ever had that, where it's like overwhelmingly vanilla and really sweet. I think it's kind of gross, maybe lay off the weed tier, but I don't think this is fine. I don't think this is an acceptable breakfast option. I wouldn't even eat this one as dessert, personally.
Unless I had the birthday cake one, because they both look the same.
They are pretty much the same.
They taste the same.
One.
We could put it in lay off the weed, personally, or gross. I'm fine with either one of those.
Lay off the weed, but not hot fudge sundae. It's probably going to end up at the bottom.
We are now moving forward with the Pop-Tarts ice cream shop flavor ice cream sandwich. This one is pretty much cookies and cream again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have had this one and I don't like it.
I think it's just a sweeter cookies and cream, which kind of sounds like a bad idea from the get-go, where it's like cookies and cream, my main concern with it is it's a little too sweet. It tastes like you're eating an Oreo. Like you wouldn't really, for me, I wouldn't want that for breakfast every morning. This is like, we're going to double down on the sweetness. We're not going to even have like a cookie base like the cookies and cream one. We're going to have more of just like a chocolate graham cracker base. And that's where I think they go wrong.
People who make literal ice cream sandwiches with the Pop-Tarts look pretty good, though. That's what came up when I Googled it.
Oh, shit.
Like they put ice cream in between 2 Pop-Tarts. That's probably a nice little dessert.
I love like the chipwiches, like the cookie with the ice cream. Ooh, love that.
I personally think that this flavor is fine or meh. Maybe lay off the weed. I don't know. How are you guys feeling about cookies and or the ice cream sandwich flavor?
I would say lay off the weed for this one.
Yeah.
It's like the way I look at it is like I know for me, if I was craving a milkshake, if I was craving a birthday cake, I would go for it. Like I wouldn't look for a Pop-Tart for the flavor because Pop-Tarts aren't as like flavorful or as like impactful of a taste. So it's, I don't know, like that's why Pop-Tarts are so good. Like when they like the simple classic ones are just so, I don't know, they're not as overwhelming. And I think like that gets lost in like with the flavors for me.
Even the most flavorful ones, I mean, if you're having the actual dessert or the actual fruit that they're modeled after, are going to leave more of a lingering taste in your mouth. Anyway, up next, we've got a controversial one. We've got the Pop-Tarts apple pie flavor, or I believe they call it the apple strudel. Yeah, apple strudel, the apple pie flavor. What are your guys' opinions on Pop-Tarts apple strudel?
I have not had this one.
It doesn't. I haven't either, and like I don't know. It doesn't look that appealing to me, like the Pop-Tart itself.
I'd prefer like a McDonald's apple pie over this.
It's funny you bring that up because if you warm these up, that's exactly what they taste like.
Interesting.
The consistency's not there because like the McDonald's apple pies, they have a little bit more volume. They have that
They have an apple in it.
An apple in it.
those same really weird skinned apples in there. Like they exist, but I think they're pretty good. I've had this flavor a handful of times. I've had it warm. It's pretty good. I would personally say that this one's fine. I think it's a little too cinnamon sugary. I think it's a little on like the overwhelmingly sweet end, but the fact that it's like green apple based, it's a little sour too.
Ooh.
It's one of those flavors that has like a good yin and yang to it, and I personally wouldn't mind eating this one again. I think it's pretty good. I wish it was more accessible.
Well, I've never tried it, but I want to.
Yeah, you won me over on that.
I would try it.
We'll put it at the top of we've never tried but want to, even though I'm the only one who likes it. 3 people on the panel want to give it a shot. All right. Up next, we've got the wild grape flavor. This one was very limited edition. I don't think it was around for too long, and it was somewhere in the early 2000s. I remember this flavor, and I remember not liking it.
Yeah, I vaguely remember too. If I did have it, probably didn't like it.
I would never try this. I would never try it.
I feel like artificial grape flavored things are automatically very polarizing, and I'm the kind of person that likes grape flavored popsicles. I like the grape Jolly Ranchers the most.
Yeah, me too.
Most people don't like grape artificial things. I feel like Pop-Tarts are very, very risky things to make to make grape flavored, because with grape you always think really sweet, but also with Pop-Tarts, you think that sweet and savory mix. It's like made on shortbread. It's a pastry, more or less. Can't really do that with grape, I don't think, very well.
Might be our first gross.
I think it's the actual first straight up gross flavor.
Okay.
Do you have a
All the-
secret?
Yeah, do you have a
liking of this?
different opinion? Okay. Would you want to have it?
I don't think so.
It could move its way down to we've never tried but don't want to try. I think I've only had this once, and it was at my cousin's house, and it was not good.
No, I think it's fine there.
Okay, cool. The first gross Pop-Tart, wild grape. We are moving right along. Oh my god, what is this one?
Whoa, what the fuck?
Rainbow cookie sandwich. Pop-Tarts rainbow cookie sandwich. How do we feel about the Pop-Tarts rainbow cookie sandwich flavor?
Say that one more time.
The Pop-Tarts rainbow cookie sandwich. I could not read that for the life of me.
I don't want to try it.
Number 15, Pop-Tarts rainbow cookie whatever. Fucking, it looks gross. I wouldn't eat this.
This is like jarring to me because there's a grocery store, I guess, based in Virginia that sells rainbow cookies, and it's a sugar cookie and they're really good. But looking at this picture, it just looks like an M&M cookie. I don't want to try this.
I have never tried this flavor, and I do not want to try this flavor. I think it belongs at the very bottom of our tier list right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hopefully, we're moving into more recognizable flavors. We have the Pop-Tarts Wildlicious Wild Strawberry flavor. It's similar to the Wild Berry, where it has the more eccentric design, but it's just the strawberry flavoring.
If I remember correctly, it might have been fine.
Yeah, so it's kind of like their strawberry flavor, just standard, but they put actual strawberry like pieces or chunks or whatever into it. They're pretty good, but not quite the same flavor.
Yeah, I think I remember these being fine. I think they can go right up here in the bottom of good for me personally. I think they had a good flavor. The texture difference was cool, but they weren't as good as the traditional strawberry. And the additional colors to like the frosting was a little melodramatic. It's kind of how I feel with Wild Berry, where it's like the flavor is fine. It tastes like the other fruit flavors, but it's a little over the top.
I mean, even though it's past, my one defense for wild berry is they're apparently naturally flavored, whereas most of these are naturally and artificially or just straight up artificial.
That's true with these as well, I believe. I believe the wild strawberry is naturally flavored as well.
I'm looking at a higher resolution image of the box, and it says naturally and artificially flavored.
So they belong in good underneath wildberry.
That's about where I'd place it.
Kaylee, Josh, where do you guys weigh in on this flavor?
I would probably say the same. Like I've been agreeing with everything that you've been saying about it. I've never had it. I am intrigued by the strawberry chunks in it.
Yeah, it's another one that's just very difficult to find.
Are there limited edition Pop-Tarts?
Yes. I don't think we've had any on here yet, except maybe Ice Cream Shop.
Because there's also like seasonal ones too. Because like I know I really, really loved the pumpkin pie one.
Oh, that's on here.
Hey Nate.
What's up?
You're back.
I was only gone for a brief moment in time. Yeah.
I know, but we missed you.
Yeah.
There was a goose on our back patio, and Megan's mom was like, "Hey, make sure the gooses stay out of the backyard." And like there were like 55 geese in the backyard earlier today, and so I'm trying to keep them away because they keep trying to.
That's terrifying.
They keep trying to lay their eggs in our backyard, and we have a lot of people coming over in a couple days, so I'm just trying to like keep these geese away. There's no baby ones yet, so they're definitely trying to lay eggs.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Here at the bottom of good, we are moving on to the unfrosted strawberry. I think this is another controversial flavor.
I despise these.
Just because they don't have the frosting?
Yeah.
I don't mind them.
I don't think they're as goated as the original strawberry, and I do think the frosting adds a lot to what people expect from Pop-Tarts. Most of the flavors are frosted. It's just kind of what Pop-Tarts became. But I will say the strawberry Pop-Tarts that are unfrosted are better warm than the original.
I feel like this is something you would legit want for breakfast. Like I feel like a Pop-Tart with like cream and stuff, like you're eating a dessert for breakfast, and that's probably not like the healthiest thing. At least like I would feel better if I ate this a lot for breakfast.
I 100% agree with you. I think that they have the same flavor as the Pop-Tart strawberry, the goated flavor, but they just don't have the frosting, and therefore I do think they make for a better breakfast option.
I feel like too, there are other companies that have tried making their own like little breakfast crisps, and their consistency is similar to this one, like the unfrosted strawberry. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Are you talking like the Belvita breakfast squares?
yeah.
Yes.
Or like the Special K ones. Like,
Up next, we've got another unfrosted flavor, the unfrosted brown sugar cinnamon, the OG Pop-Tart flavor.
I would vibe with this. I've never had it, but I would vibe with it.
Yeah, like once again, not a huge cinnamon guy, but I could definitely see the appeal here.
I think they also have to go to the bottom of essential breakfast. It's the same texture as those strawberry ones we were talking about, but this is the brown sugar cinnamon, the arguably most popular flavor of Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Sound very enthusiastic, Alden.
Do you have any flavor of Pop-Tarts that you just put the icing on your tongue
What? No.
and you just dissolve the icing?
No.
This is the only one I do that with.
This one doesn't have frosting, my friend.
Confused. I'm confused.
What?
We're talking about the Pop-Tarts unfrosted brown sugar cinnamon.
Oh, then I'm talking about the regular brown sugar cinnamon.
What icing do you put on the top?
I guess we'll find out later.
I don't know if it's in this list, but yeah, the brown sugar cinnamon, like default.
Yeah, the traditional frosted brown sugar cinnamon's down here a little bit later. We'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
You can talk about dissolving frosting on your
No,
sugar.
that's all I had to say.
a
I'll just
little
bring it
bit
up again. It's fine.
All right, up next we've got Pop-Tarts unfrosted blueberry. I'm sorry we're hitting you with these unfrosted flavors all at the same time. Personally, I think that the blueberry flavor is the best of the unfrosted variety, simply because they're already really, really sweet. Like, I like the blueberry flavored Pop-Tarts quite a lot, and they're slightly sweeter than the strawberry flavor. And I think the overall, like, what you get out of the unfrosted variety is really solid. I think this is the best out of the three unfrosted mainline flavors.
I would have to agree.
I really like this one.
Now we're getting into, I believe these are Latin America based exclusive flavors, the dulce de leche or toasted caramel flavored frosted Pop-Tart. These were very limited edition. I have not had these, but I kind of want to try the toasted caramel. It supposedly tastes like flan, which is one of my favorite desserts.
What?
I definitely want to try this.
Let's put it at the top of want to try. Yeah.
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 I agree. That sounds really solid.
What was the other one?
Up next, we've got in the same collection the guava mango flavored Pop-Tart, which is drizzled. It's not fully frosted, but it's drizzled like the chocolate chip ones. If you've had that, this one sounds all right too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
I think I
two
would
of
try
my
it.
favorite fruits. So
Alden, rank your fruits.
I can't do that right now.
The Alden exclusive fruit tier list coming soon. I think that guava mango sounds good. I think it might lean into the area of being a little too like artificially sweet. A lot of mango flavored things tend to be that way in my opinion. But I'd be down to try this. I actually would really like this more so than whatever apple crisp one and the gingerbread one. I think it belongs right here near the top as well. Awesome. Moving right along, we've got Pop-Tarts chocolate banana split. Anyone had this one?
Split banana? Is that what it is?
Chocolate banana split.
I don't think I've had this one.
Banana flavored things, I don't know how you guys feel about them. They always rub me the wrong way. Like banana flavored popsicles are kind of like okay, I guess, but once you get into like snack foods that's banana flavored, it just rubs me the wrong way because like the texture of a banana is so unique, but biting into a Pop-Tart that kind of has that same texture but is a lot sweeter is kind of gross. And then you add chocolate into the mix. I just think it leans into that little bit too sweet category for me. I don't know if I've had these ones. I can't remember eating them.
Well, there's also that like weird situation where some banana flavored things are using a different kind of banana that we no longer like have or is sold.
What? Is this like Banana Republic type shit that I'm not aware of?
Fact check.
There was there was a banana that we used to like sell, like the ones that we currently have, and they almost or pretty much went extinct. And so artificial flavoring and stuff like that in candies, all of that is based off of that banana and not what you can buy in a store today. Yeah, so I have no idea what these are supposed to even taste like because of that.
Knowing this and the information you have just shared with me, I don't think I've tried these and I don't think I want to now.
Yeah.
Anyone think chocolate covered banana sounds like a good Pop-Tart flavor? Should we move it up?
Sounds better than the ones that we have in there.
How do y'all feel about actual like chocolate covered bananas or like those type of desserts?
I like them at the fair. I like chocolate covered fruit in general. Like chocolate covered strawberries are really good. I just think, again, for bananas, for me, it all comes down to texture. It's not so much a flavor thing. I don't like overly ripe bananas, but at the same time, I don't like when they're all like green or when they get too mushy and too sweet.
Do you like banana bread?
I love banana bread.
Have you ever had chocolate chips and banana bread? That's an experience.
Yeah. I've had like walnut and banana too.
All right. Moving right along, we've got Pop-Tart orange creamsicle flavored orange cream Pop-Tarts. How does this sound to you guys? Do you want to try this?
Absolutely not.
I do want to try this, but I don't think it's going to be good.
Like if I wanted to like self-inflict some pain on myself, I would try this Pop-Tart.
Okay. Do you like orange creamsicle stuff just normally?
I love orange creamsicle. It was my favorite popsicle.
Okay, then we're in the same boat.
I love the soft serve. It just does not belong in a Pop-Tart. It doesn't.
No, I agree with you, but I do want to try this.
I think it can go at the bottom of we've never tried but want to, just out of curiosity alone. It sounds way better than everything down a tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be good.
No.
Did you guys try the orange vanilla Coke that came out that was supposed to be like creamsicle flavored? What were your takes on it?
Oh my God. My dad and I went to the gas station to try it. Just solely to try the Coca-Cola orange Coke. It was so bad. It was so sweet. It gave like an awful aftertaste. I didn't finish mine.
I really, really, really like vanilla Coke. Like, I think it's probably one of my defining characteristics is liking vanilla Coke, but liking orange vanilla Coke, I could never. That shit was so gross.
Have you had the Dr. Pepper cream soda?
Yes, I have.
I don't understand why the Coke, like orange vanilla, has to be as thick as that drink, but it just coats your throat. Feels disgusting, and it's just not the right. It's not right. Coke and orange don't mix like that.
We're moving right along to another OG flavor. We've got Pop-Tarts Blueberry. This is a kind of controversial flavor between the Pop-Tarts Strawberry, Pop-Tarts Brown Sugar Cinnamon. Between those OG Pop-Tarts flavors, I feel like this is like the redheaded stepchild of them. I personally think it's the best.
Oh, shoosh. Yeah, this one's like top tier.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
this is goated.
Total goat.
This is my personal favorite Pop-Tart flavor, I think.
I definitely like the strawberry like original better than this one, but I'm trying to decide if I personally like the unfrosted blueberry more than this or not.
Yeah, I think the unfrosted blueberry just is so good because it you don't need the frosting. But I think adding it makes it more like the other traditional Pop-Tarts where it's like I could eat this, like Kaile said, for dessert or for breakfast. And I think that blueberry is just sweet enough where it kind of feels like you're having like a blueberry shortcake for dessert instead of just a breakfast toaster pastry.
It's so dense.
Speaking of things that are dense, what is this Halloween exclusive flavor we've got up next? We've got Choco Lantern.
No, thank you.
Choco Lantern flavored Pop-Tart. I'm assuming it's just straight up chocolate with orange frosting. I'm assuming that's what that is.
It looks like somebody took candy corn and just smushed it down really flat.
You know when you were a kid and you went around trick-or-treating, you came back with like a Pop-Tart and it was this flavor, you would be so upset.
I'd be pissed.
I think this is gross or one of the we've tried but don't want to.
I don't want to try it. No. However, if it is like candy corn frosting, maybe I do want to try it.
I don't think it's candy corn frosting. It looks like it's orange frosting with black and white sprinkles, and that is not candy corn.
I don't want to try it.
All the way to the bottom with you fucking Halloween exclusive Pop-Tart. Up next, we've got another seasonal flavor, Pop-Tarts Pumpkin Pie. What's the thought here? How do we feel about this?
So Nate, when you were that brief moment that you were away, I expressed my passionate love for this flavor to Alton. I enjoy this flavor so much, and only though when it's fall. Like I can't have it all the time. So it is like that like seasonal favorite. But I wouldn't say that it would be like goated, or I don't know where I would put it though at the rank.
I think to me this sounds a lot like Top of Good. I think this sounds like a flavor that you really, really like. Like for me, I really like the s'mores one, but I couldn't eat it every morning for breakfast. Just like you could probably only eat this flavor seasonally. It's like a pumpkin spice latte. You know, it's pumpkin flavored. That sensation only brings me to one season of the year, and that's the fall. This sounds good. I've never tried this one, but I'd seek this out in the fall. I'd try this coming soon.
Yeah, I've never had.
The next flavor, we've got another limited edition one. So this looks Wild Berry Bloom. I think a spring exclusive flavor. I'm assuming it's very, very similar to the traditional Wild Berry, which incorporates strawberries, blueberries, and raspberry flavoring. This looks to have all three of those as well. I don't know what makes this any different from it. I don't remember trying this flavor. Does anyone have a take on Wild Berry Bloom?
I would try it.
I would try it, but I've never even seen this one.
Yeah, I'm just assuming it's the Wild Berry one again. Like, that's what it looks like to me.
Maybe they just boosted the flavors in it.
We've got Pop-Tarts Frosted Cherry Turnover. This one looks very similar to the traditional cherry flavored Pop-Tart.
Turnover. Is this a basketball game?
It's a turnover. Yeah. I think my voice might be cutting out.
It was, but I think you're back.
I'm not Robo Nate anymore. Cherry Turnover. It's like one of those lightly frosted frosting drizzle type flavors. It looks like a toaster strudel to me. This doesn't look great, but the cherry flavored Pop-Tarts we're going to come to later, I think are okay. I think they're good. I don't think that this looks any better than those.
Yeah, I've never had it.
I'd try it. Yeah, I'd try it.
Almost the bottom.
Right in the middle is good for me.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, it's the birthday cake.
Confetti cake. I think this is the birthday cake flavor we were talking about earlier.
Ooh, okay, I like this one. I ate this. I ate this one a couple times. I grew up with birthday cake flavored Pop-Tart.
You grew up with KFC.
But honestly, overall, compared to other Pop-Tarts, it's fine. It might be the first one I put in fine.
Yeah, I think the one time I had this, it was like overwhelmingly vanilla flavored. Like it was a little too sweet for me. I liked it though. I thought the texture difference with the sprinkles and the frosting was like cool. I agree. This is fine. This is a fine flavor. If it were to come back, I might like it.
It might be better
I hate
cold.
it.
Yeah, I agree.
Word. That yeah, you might be right. That's what I literally was just thinking that.
I hate birthday cake flavored pretty much anything, and this is no exception. I just despise this one as well.
Respect. I think the next one we've got is sugar cookie flavored, another holiday exclusive Pop-Tart flavor.
So, Caleb, you were saying about where like every year, like you get excited for that Pop-Tart for the fall. Every December, we always get a pack of this. Like, especially like when I was away in college, like when I see that Pop-Tart, it reminds me of like me like going home and like I see that like in the kitchen, like, and it's Christmas time. I have fond memories with these Pop-Tarts. I love them.
I've got nothing to say. I've never had these. I kind of don't want to try them. But you definitely seem to like them. So
They're essentially sugar cookies.
I think I'd rather just buy like a grocery store deli sugar cookie kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree with Alden here. I think that these kind of ride that same line with the vanilla ones where they're just a little too sweet. Like the filling is just straight up like sugar cubes.
I like the creativity of it though, where it's like a different character on every Pop-Tart.
Yeah, like the printed design, like those the gingerbread ones we were talking about earlier is definitely unique for sure. So how do you guys feel about this? Where do you think it belongs on the tier list?
I don't know where to put it. I just know that I've not tried it and I don't want to.
I would try it. I think maybe bottom of lay off the weed.
True, this feels kind of lay off the weedy for me.
Yeah, that
I could
fits.
also see it going in fine and meh right there with the birthday cake one we were just talking about. I think I have similar problems with it. It doesn't sound like one I'd have a hard time getting through. It just doesn't sound like one I'd actively seek out.
Right.
I'd like it at least in the bottom of good, because I truly think if you're just looking for these aren't things that like I don't know that I'd want to eat for like breakfast every day or anything, but I don't know. I think they're a cool thing to have during the holidays that I could eat for. Maybe that's why I like them, because I only eat them for like a week or two and then I don't eat them for another year.
Yeah, I'm not really a Pop-Tarts loyalist. I'll grab these every now and then. I ate them a lot more when I was a kid. So I think fine meh belongs. It can be the top of that. I think it's better than the birthday cake flavor we were just talking about. Up next, what is this? Spring berry flavored. A seasonal flavor. Made with real fruit. It has 2 strawberries on it. I think these are probably just strawberry flavored Pop-Tarts with a different design on them. These
They just rebrand it and then they send it out.
I like the design though.
I like the Easter eggs and the flowers. Like this is essential breakfast. Like I've never tried it, but I'm just assuming it's strawberry Pop-Tart with a cooler design. That's fine with me.
Or did we put wild strawberry? Because it looks like the exact same thing.
Wild strawberry is rocking the bottom of good right now. Should we put it there instead?
I think so, because they both have that made with real fruit tag on the bottom.
Tempting. You're right. They do. Yeah, they can hold hands there at the bottom of good. Up next, we've got Pop-Tarts Festival Fun Vanilla Ice Cream Cone.
That looks like a lot.
It's got chocolate frosting with sprinkles on it, so it's got that same texture as the birthday cake one. It sounds all right. I don't think ice cream flavored Pop-Tarts are good, but this sounds like the best of them for me. I'd say this is a lay off the weed, personally. What do you guys think?
I'm kind of
I
right
could
there
see
with
it
you.
there.
Yeah.
I could see you liking this, Nate, if you think the vanilla overpowered the other Pop-Tarts, so maybe that chocolate will like...
Yeah, I think it'll neutralize it just a bit. But at the same time, like, I don't think I'd buy these if I saw them at the store. Like, they don't sound tempting. If they were in my friend's pantry, though, I'd tear them up. I think these belong in Lay Off the Weed.
Absolutely.
I don't want to try them.
I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope I don't have to try them.
I
Speaking of the holiday that's happening this week, we've got the 4th of July flavored Pop-Tart, the American apple pie. I'm assuming these taste a lot like the apple strudel ones we put in. We've never tried but want to tier.
Yeah, looks like the frosting is just weird.
Yeah, it's a grid-based frosting. It's glazed instead of fully frosted. It's got that drizzle kind of thing. It's an apple strudel-based core. It sounds pretty good to me. I think I would try this one in a heartbeat.
I would definitely try it.
Yeah, I would try it.
have a weird thing with like warm apple. I think it is along the lines of like same type of story with Alden and like the cookies and cream where like you get sick off of it and then you have a weird thing. Personally, I have a weird thing for like apple, like the flavor. However, I do see why people like it. So I agree with having it in what did you say it was?
We've never tried it, but I want to.
Yeah, I would try. Yeah, I would try it. I would give it a shot.
I don't know if I'd put it that high in the want to try it.
Oh, whoa, my bad. We'll move it down here with cherry turnover and apple strudel.
Okay.
Another 4th of July flavor exclusive. This is, I just think, another strawberry with different frosting. I think this is starting to become a trend here. Yeah, it looks like red, white, and blueberry, which just has strawberries on it. Blue frosting with white sprinkles, and it's strawberry flavored.
I have had this one, but it's been a while. I mean, I know it tastes the same, but sprinkles really just throws me off, so it's in fine for me.
Sprinkles throw you off.
Sounds good. Up next, we've got Pop-Tarts Blueberry Muffin.
Ooh.
I've not tried this, but it sounds pretty good. If it's anything like the blueberry flavor, probably a little richer, I'm assuming, if it's muffin based.
Yeah, it looks a little doughy as the inside.
Yeah, the frosting does not look blue, which you would think if it was blueberry flavored, it would.
If I saw this in the store, I'd probably give it a try.
I think I would too.
Does that say it has the 7 like essential vitamins on it?
I'm zooming in all the way to answer this question. Yes, 7 essential vitamins and minerals. Does that help or weaken this Pop-Tart flavor for you, Alden?
I don't believe them, so it hurts it.
Okay. I'm going to put this in we've never tried but want to tier. I wish I had this flavor. If I did a little bit more homework, maybe I would have tried this flavor. Would have bought it off eBay for $46 because it hasn't been sold in stores since 2011.
So you would eat a 10-year-old Pop-Tart?
Why not?
They're probably still fine.
This sounds better to me than guavo mango. Can I put it here, or is that going to be too high, Alden?
For me, it's too high, but I feel like nobody else wants to try guava mango.
I wouldn't try guava mango.
Okay, then it fits.
Yeah, that's where it's going. All right, up next, we are moving on to Pop-Tarts marshmallow hot chocolate. So the glaze on the inside, the flavor is marshmallow with a hot chocolate kind of texture with the frosting and chocolate graham cracker for the Pop-Tart itself. What do you guys feel about the hot chocolate marshmallow flavor of Pop-Tart?
This one is really weird.
So I like the marshmallow flavoring in the Pop-Tart s'mores, but without the overwhelming chocolate that's also present there, I think it would be too much. I think it'd be way too sweet.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. It is. The icing on top is also very sweet, and just as a whole package, it's similar to s'mores in terms of like how sweet or rich it is, but the flavor is a bit different. So that's really, it's just more, I guess, closer to the flavor listed on the box. I don't know.
Yeah, I've personally never tried this, and I don't think I'd want to.
Probably don't.
I like the s'mores flavor a lot, though, so the marshmallow thing's tempting, but I just think it'd be too sweet without that kind of chocolate and graham cracker base overwhelming it.
The icing overwhelms the marshmallow, but if it's too sweet with just the marshmallow, it doesn't help.
I mean, a little bit curious, but I'm not going to rush out to the store to find this.
It sounds better than the fucking creamsicle flavor. I'll give it that much. I think we can put it we've never tried but want to at the bottom. Up next, we are working with the apple cinnamon muffin flavored Pop-Tart, which is very similar to the brown sugar cinnamon flavor. I've had this one once, and I just assumed I was grabbing the traditional brown sugar cinnamon flavor. And then I brought it home, and I was like, oh, what is this? Apple cinnamon muffin. It was fine. It was good. I liked it.
What about it makes it taste like the muffin?
I think it's probably the breading of the Pop-Tart is probably a slightly different recipe. I don't think it's full on graham cracker, but I think it's something that's supposed to be a bit more savory than a traditional kind of shortbread base.
Interesting. I would try that. I think I would try that.
Yeah, no, I the one time I tried this, I thought it was fine. It was interchangeable with the brown sugar cinnamon, but didn't have that same addicting kind of flavor where I could eat it every morning for breakfast. For me, it kind of fell short of the original flavor.
Yeah, I guess I would try it then. I don't know. At first, I was iffy.
I guess I'm with Josh on this one.
Because, like, if you've had the brown sugar cinnamon, you've pretty much had this, but instead of the glaze being frosted all the way, it's kind of just drizzled. And the shortbread base is a little bit different. It's a little less sweet. That's kind of the only difference. I think it's fine. We are moving right along to the next flavor. We've got, my goodness, this is the smallest pop. Is this a Pop-Tart for ants? What is this flavor? Red velvet? Oh no.
Oh.
Ooh, I have had these.
What are the red velvet Pop-Tarts like, Alden?
Have you had like a really bad red velvet cake potentially from like, I don't know, a Food Line or something?
Yeah, I've had GFS's red velvet cake and it wasn't good.
Awesome. So it's like that, but no cake texture.
Sounds fucking gross.
Yes.
Red velvet is just chocolate but dyed red, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's different icing.
A cream cheese Pop-Tart sounds fucking gross.
Give me that bagel and cream cheese Pop-Tart.
The everything bagel with cream cheese Pop-Tart. This is an exclusive flavor that I remember very much. The Pop-Tarts Gone Nutty Peanut Butter Pop-Tart. Has anyone had this besides me?
I have, yeah.
What was your takeaway on that that Gone Nutty peanut butter flavor?
I was expecting closer to like a Reese's cup kind of flavor, and it was not.
If you've ever had Nutter Butter, it's exactly that flavor.
It is, you're right.
If you like cracker peanut butter combinations, that's exactly what it is. It's got a little bit of sugar on top, which made it nice and sweet. But for peanut butter cracker flavored snacks, this was kind of wild. This was a little ambitious. I only like this one cold. I would never heat it up again. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I guess I'm with you on that.
It's better than I thought it would be, for sure.
I never had it. I do like Nutter Butters though. I'm a little touchy with peanut butter, like the flavor, because I'm like really picky if it's too sweet or if it's not sweet. So I don't know if I would like it.
I like peanut butter, so I would give it a shot.
I think fine and meh is a good ranking for them. I don't think everyone would like these, but I liked them more than I thought I was going to. Up next, Pop-Tarts Gone Nutty, the chocolate peanut butter flavor. I have a bit of a hot take here, but I want to hear what you guys think. It's the last flavor, but with chocolate.
Yeah, I haven't had this one, but I can just assume what it's like.
And what's your general assumption?
I can't even remember. The chocolate covered like granola bars kind of that have peanut butter inside. That's what I expect, but without the granola.
These fucking sucked. This is the first time I tried a Pop-Tart and was genuinely disappointed because I got the Gone Nutty peanut butter ones and I was like, oh, this is like a Nutter Butter, but like as itself, like just a Pop-Tart that is a Nutter Butter essentially. And then they made like a chocolate version. I was like, oh, this is going to taste a lot more like a Reese's cup. And it was bad. It was pretty much just the base of the chocolate fudge Pop-Tart. I don't know if you guys have had that one. It's pretty popular. It's been around for a long time. That same kind of base with the same peanut butter filling, and just something about it was really rank. Like, it did not complement itself well like a Reese's peanut butter cup does, where it's like sweet and kind of peanut butter savory a little bit. It was just straight up overwhelmingly tart and really gross. I would never eat this again. I did not like this flavor. 2 out of 10. Anyone else have this one?
No, but you won me over not to try it.
Yeah, you talked me out of it.
Up next, we've got chocolate vanilla cream flavored. Whatever that means. Yeah, I've never had this one either.
So what's the difference of this?
And like the ice cream sandwich one or the cookies and cream, no fucking idea. I wouldn't go out of my way to try this, but if someone offered me it, I'd eat it.
Yeah, same. I think it's like meh fine.
I would probably avoid it.
Would you eat this, Josh? Chocolate vanilla cream Pop-Tart?
Doesn't sound that appealing. I don't know.
It can go right there with chocolate and banana at the top of we've never tried, but we don't really want. Let's see, up next, we've got Pop-Tarts French Toast, an Amazon exclusive flavor. I've never had this.
All right, hold on. There's an Amazon exclusive flavor?
Doesn't even make sense. Like, when did they get into this?
3 years ago, maybe.
Ugh, I don't want to try this one.
No. Strictly because it says Amazon.
I kind of want to try a French toast flavored Pop-Tart. I think that could be really good. I like the cinnamon flavors that they've made over the years. And when I think French toast, I do think
You think of Amazon? Do you think of Amazon?
I think of a fried bread. I think of that kind of egg, kind of like a richer flavor with cinnamon. This sounds really yummy. I kind of want to try this.
Well, now that I've unplugged my Echo, I'm gonna get a job at a warehouse, steal one, get fired just so you can have these.
If I was thinking of a flavor that I was going to associate Jeff Bezos, it would not be French toast.
I don't know, guys. I'm all pro conscious capitalism. I don't like Amazon either, but this sounds like a decent flavor.
It does sound like a decent flavor, but like why did they choose this one to brand on? Because they knew it was a good flavor.
True.
I mean, if I'm talking about the flavor, I would probably have it for breakfast.
That's what I'm saying. I think because of the association, though, it's lay off the weed.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I feel like I would just get angrier at myself. Like,
Wait, have none of us tried this and we're not putting it in the we've never tried to categories?
The more I actually like that flavor of French toast Pop-Tart, the more I'd hate myself for backing Jeff Bezos. Like, it would be a very lay off the weed, paranoia-filled scenario.
exactly. I agree.
All right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Up next, what the hell is this retro box flavor? We've got Pop-Tarts Wild Tropical Blast. This looks like an exclusive flavor that I've never tried. It's got strawberry, orange, lemon, more orange flavoring, I'm assuming. It's a tropical flavor of Pop-Tart.
Wow.
I don't want to try it.
Yeah, it's a hard pass.
Sus.
I have the same reluctancy that I have with the guava mango, where I like both of those fruits, and you tell me you're making a tropical Pop-Tart thing, like, immediate thoughts, that sounds pretty good. But then the more you think about it, like, those are flavors that aren't often good, like, artificially flavored, so I'm just biting into that, thinking about what that kind of syrupy like inside is gonna be like, and I don't think it's gonna deliver. I think it sounds really gross. I agree. It should be we've never tried, but we don't want to. Anyone have caramel chocolate flavored Pop-Tarts before?
No.
I don't think so.
It sounds like it'd be okay. I don't love caramel. Like I like caramel, but I don't like go out of my way to seek things with caramel like out. Like I think Three Musketeers are personally better than Milky Way. I know that's a scorching hot take, but
Yeah, I disagree with that. I don't know. I feel like, judging by how I am with the rest of the chocolate Pop-Tarts, I don't want to try these.
Kaylee, would you try a chocolate caramel Pop-Tart?
I really like caramel. If I had like a caramel dip to dip it in to like accentuate the caramel, I would.
I might do that.
But if I was talking just straight up flavor, I don't think so.
Yeah, fuck this. This is going in we've never tried but don't want to tier. All right, up next, we've got Pop-Tarts Double Berry. This is blueberry and strawberry mixed. They the frostings are interwoven as well as the flavors are in the actual Pop-Tart itself. Very similar to that of the s'mores Pop-Tart, where it's like you get a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of marshmallow. It's like that, but with strawberry and blueberry at the same time. Does this sound good or absolutely disgusting to you guys?
This one's fine.
It could be fine. It's like if it's a combination of two good flavors.
Yeah, like it's trying to be wild berry, but missing a little bit.
But two goated flavors. The only two flavors we have at the very tip top of this tier list right now, interwoven into themselves into one Pop-Tart. I think it runs into the way of being almost overstimulating, like the wild berry strawberry, where it's like, okay, we have this strawberry flavor, but it's like kind of punching you in the face. I think this sounds better than the Star Spangled strawberry flavored, but I don't think this is one I'd want to eat every day for breakfast.
True. Yeah, put it at the top of fine.
I agree.
It's got to be at least fine with those flavors.
The original, the OG, the Pop-Tarts brown sugar cinnamon flavor. How do we feel about these as a consensus? This is the most popular Pop-Tart flavor. Where do we stand?
Personally, I'd put it in goated.
What flavor is this?
Brown sugar cinnamon.
Definitely goated.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just not a big cinnamon guy, but it's the OG. It might have to belong up there.
The way it goes for me, it's the three OG Pop-Tart flavors. You kind of have a rock, paper, scissors, where I think like the most consistent is the strawberry one. The blueberry one is my personal favorite, and I think the brown sugar cinnamon is better than strawberry. So it's like this kind of weird like duality or like triality between these three flavors for me, but I think consistently strawberry and brown sugar cinnamon are the two that you see. If a place is selling Pop-Tarts, they have strawberry and they have brown sugar cinnamon. They probably also have blueberry, but it's not guaranteed. And I think those are the two best flavors right there.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that, but instead of blueberry, I prefer the strawberry.
Strawberry, though, it might have not been like the OG, but it perfected the Pop-Tart. Like when I think of Pop-Tart, that's what I think of.
So you think brown sugar cinnamon belongs between the two of these?
Yes.
Do you agree, Kaile?
Yes.
Okay. Then I am content with brown sugar cinnamon resting between strawberry and blueberry in the goated tier. We are moving right along next to mint chocolate chip Pop-Tart. I would never try this. This sounds fucking gross.
No.
Yeah, no.
I do like a lot of mint chocolate stuff, but not
mint chocolate chip ice cream is usually a pretty good flavor.
Nothing about trying to think of how these flavors would work in a Pop-Tart just like makes me feel good.
Yeah, this ain't the vibe.
Up next, we've got Pop-Tarts Splits. Hang on, this has two flavors in half on the same toaster
it's one of
strudel.
those.
Oh no, I know this one.
We've got chocolate with a chocolate drizzle and vanilla with a vanilla drizzle split in half on the same Pop-Tart. What are your guys' takeaways from that description? Chocolate and vanilla Pop-Tart splits.
I've had this one.
I feel like it's made for somebody like you, Alden, who only eats one Pop-Tart. So you get two flavors.
It's disgusting. Like you have to eat right down the middle of this Pop-Tart for it to be fine. But if you take a bite of one side or you take a bite of the other, it's just too much of either chocolate or especially the vanilla one.
Yeah, this straight up sounds gross.
Yeah. Like if these flavors were together, like in a stripe situation like s'mores or another kind of splits, it would have been fine, but nope.
Haven't tried it, but I'm just going to take Alden's word. This is gross.
There it goes.
All right, a defunct flavor, but at one point a very popular flavor. We've got Pop-Tarts Apple Cinnamon made with real fruit. This is the cinnamon flavored Pop-Tart that isn't brown sugar cinnamon that has apple flavoring added. How do you guys feel about this? Have you had this one? Do you like this one?
I think this one, compared to the other apple cinnamon ones that we've already
apple
placed,
strudel one that's here and we've never tried but want to.
Yeah, I think this one could be better than that.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I've had this one because I think I have, but it would have been a long time ago.
Eons ago. I think this flavor was defunct in 2005, maybe 2006. This used to be an essential one in my household. I love this flavor. I wish they brought it back. I think what Josh was saying, though, about like cinnamon flavors, like he doesn't really like a full-on cinnamon flavor. It's a little overwhelming, and I agree. I think the apple, the specifically green apple kind of sourness to it really balances it out. I really like this one. This was when I was in kindergarten, the essential breakfast for me. I liked this more than strawberry and blueberry at the time. I haven't had it since. It sounds pretty good though.
I'd try it again if it was available.
I would probably, it would pass as a breakfast for me. So I think I would put it low in that tier.
Because I can get behind that.
This isn't fully frosted like the traditional brown sugar cinnamon. This has, I think this might have been the first flavor to do the drizzle, and that's where the apple flavor comes in.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Josh, do you agree?
I agree.
We all agree. Moving on next, we've got another splits flavor. Or no, wait, my bad. I jumped the gun. We've got strawberry cheese Danish.
Bruh.
Like, why? Why?
You know what? You know what? You're right. Like, why?
There's just no need for that. Don't touch Danishes. Like,
Yeah, I really like all of this if it wasn't a Pop-Tart.
There it goes. Like, why?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Why make this a thing? Why do a flavor that is so bad that no one's gonna like it? No one's gonna be like, oh, that strawberry cheese Danish flavor that you made is so good. Make sure to keep that one on the shelves for all eternity. Like, that's how I feel about a lot of these exclusive or like limited time flavors. It's like, who is this for? Who wants a strawberry Danish flavored Pop-Tart? That sounds gross.
I really like the memes of the meme flavored Pop-Tart stuff. Like mayonnaise.
Pop-Tarts like Jack Link's beef jerky flavored. Up next, we've got another splits flavor. I knew I jumped the gun earlier, but this is another one of those where they're like, oh, strawberry on one side, blueberry on the other. Let's combine our two most popular flavors into one. This Pop-Tart splits strawberry and blueberry. How do you guys feel about this?
All right, Josh. This is the one that they made for me. These are two very good flavors that are very good separate.
Now you can have them on one Pop-Tart.
Exactly.
And how do you feel about this? Where do you think it belongs, Alden?
I think Alden's got to decide where it goes.
Okay, well, it could be an essential breakfast because it's got two breakfast flavors in it. So I'd like to put it probably mid breakfast, maybe below unfrosted blueberry.
Okay. Counterpoint. I think that the Pop-Tarts double berry flavor, where it's frosted and interwoven of the flavors, where you have strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, blueberry, strawberry, is a better flavor combination than just one half being strawberry and one half being blueberry. You get more bites that are the mix of the two flavors, as opposed to more bites where you're either getting strawberry or blueberry. I personally think these belong in the middle of fine. I feel like they're less balanced than the double berry that we've already talked about.
Yes, but you have to like both of those flavors together, and we talked about both of those flavors not being that great together in that. So wouldn't this be better?
True.
yeah, it's like not the best scenario, but like a step in the right direction.
Oh, we're only able to buy one box. You couldn't get strawberry or blueberry, and this was the only one available. You wouldn't be upset with it.
It's a weird situation to be in.
Yes.
I could see it at the like top of good, but all the way up in essential breakfast sounds.
I mean, it's the two best flavors, and they're not like meddled together. So
Well, they are meddled together. It's in one Pop-Tart.
they're just next to each other. They're sitting on the same seat in the train.
Okay. You bring up the train allegory, and now I'm like, okay, they can be friends. They can share a space. But, initially, when I think these two flavors, and I think you combining them into one Pop-Tart, I think more along the lines of double berry, where they're interwoven. Having them split a single Pop-Tart just sounds a little weird to me. I'd rather have a box that has strawberry and blueberry, and within each silver package where there's two of them, one's a strawberry and one's a blueberry, this awkward middle ground where they're splitting the same turf is just a little too much for me. I don't think I'd want to eat this Pop-Tart.
Yeah, but you eat two Pop-Tarts out of the package. I only eat one.
Okay, fine. You've persuaded me. This is going underneath the blueberry and above the unfrosted strawberry. in the essential breakfast category. Does anyone have a strong disagreement with this?
It was the debate.
That was a duel of the takes moment. Up next, we've got confetti cupcake, the same thing as the confetti vanilla cake that we reviewed earlier. The birthday cake.
Did I eat this one? I don't know what I've had and what I've not had when it comes to this subgenre of Pop-Tart flavors.
I want to know what this one, like, how this differs from the cake.
That's what I want to know. It's like at this point, they're literally just like, how could we change the wrapper for it and then sell these extras? Like
This is gonna be a really weird take, and I don't know if I want this on the podcast indefinitely, but when I eat a cupcake, I know this is gonna come off really weird. The wax paper that's around the cupcake that's baked with like all the cakeness, I usually eat the wax paper, or at least chew on it for the flavor and throw it away.
You are so
I know that's fucking weird, but that's one of my favorite things about cupcakes.
I used to do that.
What?
Doesn't surprise me because I've seen you eat like pizza boxes.
Nate, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's where all the cake flavoring goes to. It's in the wax paper at the bottom. Around Halloween, when people get the wax lips, like those vampire fangs, like people chew on those and there's good flavor. Like, I feel the same way about cupcakes. I like the wax paper that people cook them in. They're good. It's got good flavor. And I feel like if you're making a cupcake version of a flavor that's already a whatever vanilla sprinkle cake, like, what's really the difference? Does it have that wax texture? Because for me, that's the selling point.
So wait, what you're saying is the next Pop-Tart flavor has to be the wax cupcake.
And that's where this flavor's going, right at the bottom of Lay Off the Weed. Up next, we've got Pop-Tarts Oatmeal Delights Brown Sugar Cinnamon, or Maple Brown Sugar, rather.
What?
Yeah. Pop-Tarts Oatmeal Maple Brown Sugar. Frosted.
Okay. I want to try it.
Why is it oatmeal flavored? That's the part that's throwing me off here. I like brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts. I also like a brown sugar with my oatmeal. But if you're telling me this Pop-Tart is like made of pieces of oats and then has artificial brown sugar sweetening like the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts, is this really a flavor that I can bring home to my family and everyone be happy with? I would lean more towards no. I think this is going to be really gross if it's an oatmeal flavored Pop-Tart. This sounds cursed.
Like, why?
I think that the crust of it would probably be the oatmeal part, and then everything else is just the regular flavor.
I do think, like, why? Why make an oatmeal flavored Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
This isn't a healthy breakfast choice. Like, if you're eating Pop-Tarts for breakfast, you don't really care about the health aspect that breakfast is. People who eat oatmeal for breakfast are like, oh, this is what my forefathers ate for breakfast. It's hearty, it's rich in nutrients, you've got the fiber. But then coating it with fucking sugar and labeling it as a Pop-Tart sounds fucking cursed. This is the same level as a cheese Danish for me. Why does this exist?
Hey, watch what you're saying about those cheese Danishes.
Well, I like cheese Danishes, but a cheese Danish Pop-Tart. Just like I like oatmeal. Why an oatmeal Pop-Tart? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what is this next one?
This next one is a Blue Sky production, Robots exclusive flavor, Robo Berry Blast. So I looked this one up before because I was so curious, because this Pop-Tart tier list that we're working on exclusively says Pop-Tart flavors tier list maker, an extensive list of Pop-Tart flavors excluding collaborations with TV shows and movies. There's a whole nother subsect of Pop-Tarts where they just like have SpongeBob on the box and then they have like a Bikini Bottom berry flavor or whatever. This is the only one of those weird combinations that has stood the test of time, and I looked it up. The only reason this one made the tier list is because they've never made a berry blast flavor like they have a Bikini Bottom mixed berry or whatever. So this one is the mixed berry Pop-Tart with the frosting of the blue raspberry Pop-Tart flavor that we have yet to discuss. That is what we're dealing with here.
This is goated. Look at that box art.
Yeah, I want to agree with Josh, but I don't know how this would taste.
So you have the flavor combination of the Pop-Tarts wild berry or mixed berry, where it's strawberry, blueberry, and whatever other flavors mixed together with a flamboyant frosting that happens to belong to the blue raspberry Pop-Tart variant. This to me sounds a little too sweet. You have two different types of berries and you're adding a third with the frosting. I think that this sounds kind of lay off the weedy at best.
The top of lay off the weed.
Over the Amazon exclusive French toast flavor. All right, up next, we've got the Pop-Tarts hot chocolate flavor. Anyone have this one?
I have. I think it's just a lesser s'mores.
Yeah, more chocolate, less marshmallow s'mores. That's exactly what it is. I've had this one once. It was okay.
You think it's good if you dip it in actual hot chocolate?
Yes.
I think it's fine. It can go top of fine. I'd rather have this than double berry. Up next, oh my god, we've got Pop-Tarts Orange Crush flavored.
Why?
Yes, it's disgusting. Like, why is a perfect place for it?
Up next, we've got Pop-Tarts Cherry. One of the original flavors, believe it or not. Have you guys had Pop-Tarts Cherry? And if you have, what's your take?
There's like a cult following with this flavor. Like,
I think there's a cherry right next to me.
There are people who think this is one of the goateds.
yeah.
It's not.
I think that this flavor is a little too in your face. It's a little too tart to be even an essential breakfast option. I think
Yeah.
it's a good flavor. I like it. I genuinely do. But I would
Live reaction.
never eat this every single morning. Oh, is Josh trying a Pop-Tarts Cherry right now in front of us?
Oh my gosh.
It was an unopened box.
Because no one wants
Yeah.
it.
Kaile, this is like the last box of the flavors that was on there when we started this.
Wow.
I didn't expect like that much like sweetness. I feel like I bit into a candy bar. Yeah, that wasn't the vibe. That wasn't
That's not the vibe, so it's clearly not goated. Would you eat this every single morning for breakfast?
no.
Do you think it's good?
Good's a strong word. It's fine. It might be better heated.
Kaylee, do you think that cult following of cherry Pop-Tarts fanatics are going to kill us for placing this near the top of fine?
I don't know, man. I'm not saying anything.
Well, I'm also not one to have a sweet tooth. If you have a sweet tooth, I could definitely see the appeal in this.
I think that's exactly where it belongs, in the fine/meh tier, more toward the top of the list. We've got Pop-Tarts A&W root beer flavored.
No.
Yeah, if it's anything like the Crush one, this is gonna be garbage.
This is worse than the Crush one.
It sounds so bad.
This is worse than the oatmeal one for me. It's like, who thought making an A&W root beer flavored Pop-Tart would be a good idea? Like, honestly, think about the flavors of Pop-Tarts that we have. We have like ice cream sundae. We've got like all these random ice cream flavor. Why not just make it a root beer float, make the root beer the frosting, and an ice cream vanilla flavoring? Like, that wouldn't be good, but at least people would like it. Making it a root beer flavoring. You bite into this Pop-Tart and the syrupy middle section of it is root beer flavored. I'd personally throw up. This sounds disgusting. Who thought this would be good?
Yeah, it's got to go at the bottom.
Yeah, anything that's soda flavored but has no carbonation is just bad.
We're finally at the Jolly Ranchers. I got a story about this flavor.
All right. How do you feel about the Pop-Tarts Cherry Jolly Rancher?
All right. So, growing up, like, usually, like, one parent goes to, like, the grocery store, right? If you grew up with, like, two parents, like, usually one of them's, like, the main one. Like, they go to the grocery store all the time. And, like, that was my dad. My dad always went to the grocery store. So he always knew what Pop-Tarts to get, what chips to get that both me and my sister like. So, but then the one time my mom went to the grocery store and she gets back to the house, like helping her put the groceries back. I see a box of Jolly Rancher Pop-Tarts. And at the time we're out of Pop-Tarts. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I saw these on the shelf. I think they're new. We should try." I'm like, "Okay, where's the other flavors though?" She's like, "Well, I didn't buy any other flavor." So I'm like, "So you're banking on me liking this flavor for the next probably month whenever like we get Pop-Tarts again?" And it was horrible.
Which of the Pop-Tart flavors was it? Do you remember?
Believe it was the middle one there, the green one.
The sour green apple Pop-Tart.
The worst Jolly Rancher flavor they have.
My kids can eat this Pop-Tart for the next month.
I was just like, I wouldn't have mattered if she bought like a cookies and cream or a strawberry, like something we enjoy, but no.
Okay, and how was it, Josh?
It was horrible. I think
this flavor straight up belongs in gross.
Yeah. Just throw it away.
I don't think I finished it, and I think my father had to eat the rest.
But does he like them?
Jolly Rancher Cherry. How much different could that be from the traditional cult favorite Pop-Tart cherry flavor?
Probably a lot different. If
It
it's
can be
anything like
very
green.
different, but
Yeah.
it still can't be good.
It's probably super sour.
I don't know. I don't think it's sour, but it's definitely going to be super artificial.
So gross?
But above green apple.
Okay, fine. But this one, Jolly Rancher Watermelon.
No.
This just straight up sounds like a Four Loko flavor, and I'm not about it.
I want to give it a chance.
What is wrong with you? What if I told you there's a different Pop-Tart watermelon flavor on this list?
Yeah, I can see it.
I don't want this fucking Jolly Rancher watermelon anywhere near me or my family. This belongs right there with the root beer. This sounds so bad. Kaile, would you feed anyone you know Jolly Rancher watermelon flavored Pop-Tarts?
No one that I cared for.
That sounds atrocious.
Yeah, it sounds so bad.
If I were John Taffer right now trying to rescue this Pop-Tart flavor, I'd walk out. This is gross. Anyway, we're moving on to the Dunkin' Donuts flavored Pop-Tarts that came out, because of course they did. We've got vanilla latte. I'm not much of a latte guy, so those of you who drink lattes, I need help here.
I guess that's me, damn it.
I like lattes. But like, again, why does there have to be a Pop-Tart flavor for it?
Well, hold on. I think a coffee flavored pastry is usually so. Like, how much coffee shows up in this?
I mean, if I dip it in a warm latte, it could be fine.
I guess, yeah, that's kind of maybe true.
Yeah, I mean,
Would the latte also be vanilla?
I guess you could if you wanted to be, but I'd probably just dip it in like a regular coffee.
Honestly, I would try this.
Yeah, I would try it too.
All right, cool. It's going up here between dulce de leche and guava mango. It's gonna go right in between over the blueberry muffin.
Nice.
Up next, we've got the Dunkin' Donuts chocolate mocha flavored. I'm gonna say it. I like chocolate. I like mocha. I do genuinely like coffee flavored things. I kind of agree with Alden that coffee flavored pastries are usually pretty good. This sounds fine to me. I don't think I'd have a problem getting through a chocolate mocha Pop-Tart.
It looks like a lot of chocolate.
I feel like chocolate would balance it a lot more than a vanilla.
I think so too. And like a latte is usually a lot like milkier than a traditional like coffee. Like I don't know, I feel like mocha, when I think mocha I think like coffee and chocolate mixed with additional chocolate. Like this is probably fine. This is probably on the same level as like this ice cream cone vanilla one. Like this is probably lay off the weed. Maybe fine / meh. Maybe.
I put in fine.
All right, it's in fine. Right below peanut butter. This is a controversial flavor. I think it was discontinued at one point. I don't know if they've brought it back since, but we've got Pop-Tart's blue raspberry flavor.
Bad.
Yeah, it would be a hard pass for me.
When I think blue raspberry, I immediately think like a slushie or like a Slurpee from like 7-Eleven or whatever.
Yeah, true.
Like the classic blue raz.
I think of like a Dum Dum lollipop or something.
That classic blue raz flavor, I want nowhere near a shortbread breakfast pastry. Like, this sounds fucking gross. Honestly, as bad as the Jolly Rancher ones for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Word.
This next one, maple bacon Pop-Tart. You can tell this came out in like 2013, 2012. Like,
I would totally try this.
I have tried this.
like epic bacon meme. This is for Reddit guys. How was the maple bacon Pop-Tart, Alden?
Yeah, it's not good.
It's the only meat flavored Pop-Tart on this entire list.
That's what I mean. Like, how do they do that? I want to know.
I don't care how they do it. I kind of don't think I want to know how they do it, but it's definitely a off the weed because it's not quite gross, but it definitely isn't good.
What does it taste like cold?
You have to eat it cold.
Whoa.
Yeah, heating this up, the bacon, I guess, whatever they're using for the flavor, it doesn't translate well.
Is this more or less lay off the weedy than hot fudge sundae, vanilla ice cream cone, and ice cream sandwich?
I want to say it's probably
More lay off the less than the ice cream flavors. Yikes.
I had to think about it for a second because I personally don't like the ice cream flavors or just the cream flavored stuff in general, but like this isn't better.
All right, up next we've got the classic Pop-Tart watermelon flavor.
No.
I think it should go right next to the Jolly Rancher watermelon.
It sounds slightly better than that to me.
I like the color.
How do you get watermelon to just be a jelly?
I like the color of the Pop-Tart, though. It's a very inviting color.
This sounds just as bad as the blue raspberry one to me.
Absolutely.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it belongs right there at the bottom of gross, slightly over the cherry Pop-Tart flavor. And the poor green apple one that Josh had a stomach for an entire month of his life. All right, this is one that I like very much. This is the chocolate chip Pop-Tart. How do you guys feel about the chocolate chip Pop-Tart?
I really like the chocolate chip.
I like that there's barely any frosting on top. They didn't overdo it.
Yeah, they didn't overdo it. It's a chocolate chip cookie flavored Pop-Tart. The breading or whatever you want to call it of the Pop-Tart, it's a little sweeter on its own. It's got that kind of graham cracker crust that the s'more one has, but with just a chocolate chip filling. I like this one, I think, even more than s'mores personally. I think it's solid and good at the least.
It's so good when it's toasted.
Yes. It's like a hot chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
I could honestly see a case for this being at the bottom of Goated. Not gonna lie.
I would put it in goated. I think out of all the chocolate Pop-Tart flavors, it's the best.
Alden, do you agree or disagree?
I disagree, but I am way outvoted.
We are moving on to the next one. Chocolate chip cookie dough flavored frosted Pop-Tart. I have not had this one.
I think I've had this.
Yo, this one's like top tier for me.
Really? I was a little disappointed by it.
I figured out the perfect way. I used to eat them all the time growing up. You eat the crust, or like you at least like take off the crust, so you have like the meaty part, and then you snap it in half and eat it like that, like stacked. It is so good. I understand it like knocking it down a few, but like for me personally, I need it to be known one of my favorites.
Now that you've told me that, I'm still not going to eat these again. No offense.
That's okay. I don't live to please you, Alden, with your Pop-Tart flavors.
This one is one of the ones that's just way too much.
We didn't join this podcast to make friends.
I think personally this sounds, I mean, the way you're describing preparing this dish to me, Kaile, sounds better than s'mores. Like, I want to try these again knowing the way that you make them.
It's better than s'mores. It's better than s'mores.
I do agree with that. It is better than s'mores.
It can go at the top of good.
Have you ever microwaved a Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget if I ever did that. I know I used to microwave toaster strudels.
So with Pop-Tarts, they don't recommend you microwave them, but simultaneously they have instructions on some of the sides of Pop-Tart boxes in case you don't have a toaster present. What you're supposed to do is get an eyedropper and do 3 drops of water on the bottom side, the unfrosted side, the bottom of a Pop-Tart, 3 drops of water, microwave for 8 seconds twice, so for a total of 16 seconds, but you flip it over 8 seconds in to heat the Pop-Tart up, make the insides more warm, but to not like burn it or make it crumple like Alden was describing. And I've done that a handful of times while staying in hotel rooms where there wasn't a toaster. And it was okay. I think you're probably better off eating most flavors as is. But microwaving a Pop-Tart isn't the worst thing ever if you have to do it.
I never knew that. I feel like I just learned like a vital life skill.
And this, my friends, is how to survive on a Pop-Tart only diet. Up next, we've got Pop-Tart Chocolate Fudge, another polarizing flavor, very similar to cherry. It definitely has a cult following. How do you guys feel about chocolate fudge?
Too much.
It's too much for me.
I was about to say it's classic, but it's a little much.
For me, it needs to be paired with milk. Whereas most of the other like savory / sweet ones that we have, like the s'mores and like the even blueberry to some degree, and like the chocolate chip ones, like if I don't have milk present, like I'll be able to get through it. But for me, this one, I can only eat one of the two Pop-Tarts if I don't have a glass of milk. Like it's so chocolatey, it's almost an insult. I think it's fine. I think that this is a popular one for a reason. I think it has its fans, but I need milk to get through this. This is only fine or meh to me.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, I personally put it under cherry, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's a fair spot. Kaile, are you excited? We're on the final Pop-Tart flavor. And it's a controversial one for sure.
What is it?
It's Pop-Tart cinnamon roll flavored.
Okay. This is so controversial.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. What is the difference between just cinnamon and this flavor?
So the inside, I could not tell you. I do not think there's a difference between what they put on the inside, but instead of having a brown sugar glaze that Alden likes to dissolve in his mouth, it has an icing drizzle, very similar to the chocolate chip one, but it's just a vanilla icing drizzle. This is a
Interesting.
flavor that I think they need to bring back.
I've never had it. I've never had
It's
it.
really, really good in my opinion. It's one of the better Pop-Tart flavors in my humble opinion.
So would you say that it would be goated?
No, I would not say that it's goated, but I would say that it's essential breakfast. If you've ever had the cinnamon flavored toaster strudel, it's like that, but you can eat it cold or warm. That's how I would describe it. And for me, that's an essential breakfast item.
I would agree.
I was thinking that's a bit high, but you are right with the cold and warm.
I think it can go right below I personally think it's probably better than both of the splits flavor strawberry blueberry combination. I'd put it right below cookies and cream or right above apple cinnamon at the lowest. Personally, I think it's definitely a better flavor than apple cinnamon, and it has that same drizzle frosting, but it doesn't have the apple part that kind of makes it more sweet or more sour. It kind of just gives it the frosting adds to it instead of detracts from it for me.
I never had it, but I definitely want to try it if it ever makes a comeback.
Somewhere in the middle would work then.
Here it is, friends. The official Duel of the Takes certified Pop-Tart flavor tier list. The only goated flavors are strawberry, brown sugar cinnamon, blueberry, and chocolate chip. In essential breakfast, we have raspberry, cookies and cream, unfrosted blueberry, Pop-Tart splits, strawberry and blueberry, unfrosted strawberry, cinnamon roll, apple cinnamon, and brown sugar cinnamon unfrosted. In the good tier, we have chocolate chip cookie dough followed by pumpkin pie, s'mores, wild berry, springberry, and wild delicious wild strawberry. In the fine / meh tier, we have hot chocolate, double berry, cherry, chocolate fudge, red, white, and berry, and also the unfrosted printed fun Pop-Tarts sugar cookie, Pop-Tarts Gone Nutty peanut butter, the Dunkin' Donuts chocolate mocha flavor, Pop-Tarts confetti cake, and the apple cinnamon muffin Pop-Tarts. In the lay off the weed flavors, we have the Robots, Blue Sky Animation Production, Pop-Tarts, Robo Berry Blast, French Toast, Hot Fudge Sundae, Vanilla Ice Cream Cone, Ice Cream Sandwich, Maple Bacon, Vanilla Milkshake, and Confetti Cupcake. In the gross category, we have Red Velvet, Wild Grape, Chocolate Peanut Butter, the Splits, Chocolate and Vanilla, Blue Raspberry, Watermelon, Jolly Rancher Cherry, and Jolly Rancher Green Apple. We've never tried it, but we kind of want to flavor. We have Wild Berry Bloom, the Dulce de Leche or toasted caramel flavor. We've got Vanilla Latte. We have Blueberry Muffin, Guava Mango, Cherry Turnover, American Apple Pie, Apple Strudel, Gingerbread, as well as the Marshmallow Hot Chocolate and Orange Cream flavors. And rounding out the bottom of this tier list, we've got the we've never tried but don't want to flavors, of Wild Tropical Blast, Chocolate Vanilla Cream, Caramel Chocolate, Chocolate Banana Split, Strawberry Milkshake. This one that's a fucking mouthful. What is that? Rainbow Cookie Sandwich? No. Mint Chocolate Chip and Choco Lantern. And at the very, very bottom, the why? Why were these made Pop-Tart flavors? Strawberry Cheese Danish, Orange Crush, Oatmeal Delights, Maple Sugar. We also have the Jolly Rancher Watermelon flavor and the A&W Root Beer for the worst Pop-Tarts flavor of all time. Thank you so much, everyone on the panel, Josh, Alden, and Kaile, for sticking through this gauntlet of a tier list. Kaile, what's your main takeaway here? How do you feel after doing a tier list this exhaustive?
It was a marathon, and I laced up my my sneakies, and I was ready to go. My major takeaway of this, I never looked that extensively at Pop-Tart flavors, and I'm seeing trends. I could understand why Pop-Tarts are like still around today because they're always making like new flavors that like call back, and then people are like, oh, they're a good company and there's a reason why, and it's they know how to make their flavors to catch your eye. You know what I mean? Or even like with like ads and purposes like that. Because even their commercials are insane. I don't know. I just think a brand of that longevity, they're doing something right. And doing this extensive research helps me see their capitalistic spins.
Josh, Alden, what are your guys' takeaway on this tier list?
It was a lot of fun.
I expected very different things from Josh.
Me?
Yeah, I expected you to place things way different than where you actually did.
I guess this was a Pop-Tart revelation for me.
And he tried cherry live.
I did try cherry live.
Kaile, is there anything we can like do to help promote what you do and who you are? Is there anything we can link in the description?
Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff being brewed right now. But to stay up to date with all those dates and fun stuff, I would just ask you to link our Instagram, our social media, and our Spotify.
Got you covered there. Listen to Mars Council. I hear there's a new single on the way very soon. Maybe even by the time that this episode releases.
You're gonna have to tune in to find out the main essence of like there's a lot of things going on right now. Like a lot of dates, a lot of places, a lot of people. And the best way to stick up on all of it is to just follow us on our Instagrams because that's where we'll be posting about it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us in this gauntlet of an episode. This Pop-Tart Goliath. Honestly, I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed by the size of this tier list when we started, and I think we made a definitive list.
Brothers, we grew from this.
If you three had to design a Pop-Tart flavor, what flavor would it be, and would it be any good?
Are we working together or separate on this?
Separately.
It's not a group project.
What are your flavors of Pop-Tarts that you'd release to the world?
Two actually came to mind, but I'm going to stick with the one that I thought of just now. So they would work in collaboration with wheat thins. And so the crust would be a wheat thin, but then the pocket of flavor would be like a different dip. It would be almost like a crust, and then the inside, it would have to be refrigerated.
What the fuck is the frosting?
It's like a gourmet Pop-Tart.
This sounds horrible.
I bet it would be. Have you ever tried like French onion dip with wheat thins?
Yeah, I like French onion dip, and I like au jus, and I like wheat thins.
Okay, so like if it was proportional to it, I feel like it would be a good concept.
Okay.
Pop-Tarts would have to completely rebrand and make like more like gourmet, like something that would expire in a short amount of time.
Within months rather than years.
Exactly.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe this could be good, but the wheat thin crust seems like pretty thick to get through.
Well, they'd have to thin it out. They'd have to make it a wheat thinner.
Alden, Josh, what are your Pop-Tart flavor ideas?
I I was trying to think of concepts, and I just realized something. Did they never make a peanut butter and jelly Pop-Tart?
No.
That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Wait a minute, they didn't? Whoa. Wait a
If there
minute.
is, it wasn't on this tier list, and I can't think of it being any longer. So, yeah, there isn't one. I think they really should have when they did Gone Nutty instead of doing the chocolate peanut butter, done a peanut butter and jelly. That would have made sense as like a splits or something.
They did a PB&J strawberry. All of these images just don't look real.
Okay, Alden, what is your flavor idea? Because Josh's is clearly an immediate hole-in-one. Like, you can't catch lightning in a bottle twice, and when they make that flavor, they owe Josh $180,000 in royalties.
Mine would probably be like I don't know, something lemon.
Gross. Okay. My flavor that I've been sitting on for a while is pistachio ice cream. I think one flavor that they've never gotten completely right is the ice cream part of it. They've always relied on something else to be the sweet part, whether it's a strawberry milkshake where the strawberry part is sweet and the milkshake is supposed to be kind of more of the savory part. With pistachio ice cream, pistachios are a bitter nut. So you make the ice cream part the sweet part. You make the frosting ice cream. You make pistachio a bitter flavor on the inside. Pistachio ice cream would elevate it. It wouldn't be a goated. It wouldn't even be an essential breakfast item, but it would be the first good ice cream flavor.
I like that.
It sounds better than lemon to me.
I don't know. Have you not had like any lemon pastry or a lemon shortbread cookie? Like they're
Alden's
really
lemon
good.
party flavored Pop-Tart sounds gross as fuck.
Lemon party.
Lemonparty.com flavored Pop-Tart sounds disgusting.
An Alden Mason special.
Yeah, I like lemon stuff, and they've only got like 2 citrus flavors, and one is crush. Like,
True. There's definitely potential. I like lemon shortbread a lot.
What if they started doing like sour Pop-Tarts?
I think they did, and it's at the bottom of our gross tier.
Like, can you imagine like a Sour Patch Kid Pop-Tart?
Yeah, it's that watermelon Pop-Tart that's all the way at the bottom of like why. I'm passing on that. All right, well, that about does it for this week's episode of Duel of the Takes. Thank you so much, Kaile from Mars Council, for joining us, and Josh and Alden, you guys are troopers for sticking with this very out there episode. I genuinely liked this tier list, and I hope you all listening at home do as well.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
It was an honor.